Hi everyone, welcome to the BISP Solutions. My name is Abdullah Khan and today we are going to discuss about the topic loading of metadata in FCCS through various means. So first of all, we are going to see how the metadata is loaded into FCCS through the smart view. So we need to open an Excel and connect the smart view. There's an extension of smart view which we have already installed in our system. So after that, from here we can just select the application path and go into any of the dimensions which we want to add. See, metadata is the different metadata can be added for different dimensions like account, entity, and likewise. So I'm just going to add one entity through the smart view. So we'll just right click the entity and click on the edit dimension. This is going to open all the rows in the columns, all the metadata that is already present under the application, and just double click on the entity. So these are all the entities which are already there in my application. I'll drill down and see all the hierarchy, the children of various parents. And so as you can see, there's an entity which is a parent and it goes by the name C underscore 600. It has two children, C underscore 601 and C underscore 602. So I'll just create another entity by the name of C underscore 700 and create its two children by the name of C underscore 701 and 702 respectively. So for creating, we'll just add rows, as many as rows we can add as we want. So we'll just type the name of the entity which we want to give, and we'll have to disclose this parent member. All of this is same as we create the entity in the application. All these properties are already there, so we'll have to mention these properties here as well. So I want its parent to be C underscore T, which is my topmost member here. So I'll give its parent. Similarly, I want its storage as never share. The data type, as we won't be entering any data specifically in the entity, the data is input under the account dimension, so it would be unspecified. Console operator is always ignore in case of entities. Same goes for the rates. The currency can be defined as per our requirements. So I'll just give the USD. Then we'll mention the alias name that we want for our entity. So I'll just give the alias name as C700. Similarly, I'll be adding two children of this parent by the name of 701, 702. And here I'll define the parent as C700 for both of the entities. The rest of the properties will be same for both of them. So I'll just copy and paste it for both of them. Now we'll just click on submit data. So it will ensure that our metadata is submitted into our application. Thereafter, we'll just refresh our database. We can refresh it from the application also, and we can refresh it by right clicking on the dimension folder and just clicking on this. We'll check the database and click on refresh. So someone is actually using the application. Okay. I'll try again, then we'll check it from the application itself. Oh, okay, okay. There's some problem. Oh, actually, I've given the alias the same. I'll need to change both of them. And now I'll submit it again. That was a mistake from my side. Now we'll refresh it again. So this time around, Hopefully it doesn't show any errors. Once this is complete, then we'll also check the result through the application, whether the entity is showing up there or not. So that can just confirm. Uh, okay, we can, by the time it's getting refreshed, we can just check on the back end in case the entities are showing or not. At least they must show up here so that we can get an idea that the metadata has been loaded into the application. See, we can see C700, C underscore 700, and the areas that we have changed right now, 701 and 702. So once the cube is refreshed, then we can easily input the, like we can use it for inputting the data into our accounts and use the entities as we want. So yeah, now the refresh is complete. So this is one way of loading the metadata. We can easily add as much rows as we want and create the child or the parent or any of the other dimensions that we want. We can also create any accounts that we want, and that is fairly easy through SmartView. The second way through which we'll be loading the metadata into our application is through bulk loading. So this option is provided by the application itself. We'll go to the overview through the navigator. Here there is an option dimensions under the application. We'll go there, and from here we'll simply click on export metadata. So we'll have to select all which of the dimensions, for which of the dimensions we want to like input the metadata. So last time we did for entity, now I'll click on the account. So like I want to add metadata into the account dimension, I'll click on the account and just click on export. So once I've clicked on export, there is a zip folder which is provided by the application, under which there's a CSV file, which if we open would look like this. So this is all the metadata which is already there in the application. There is cash and cash equivalents, the balance sheet, total of the balance sheet, all of the accounts that are present under the cash and accounts receivable and all, whatever the metadata there is in the application, all of which is exported here. So in case we want to add further accounts under the cash and cash equivalent, for example, so we can simply add rows here as well, and create as many as accounts as we want. So like I have added 3 rows, so I'll show you 3 accounts under the cash and cash equivalents itself. So we'll just give the account name which we want to give for the accounts. We have added 3 accounts, and give its parent, which would be cash and cash equivalents in our case. Then we'll have to define its alias. So whatever alias we want to give, like I'll give C1, C2, and C3, whatever alias you want, you can easily give it here. The next column would be alias EPMO. So it's blank here, so we won't be needing it here. These all are also the properties which we get when we create any account through the application itself. Then alias English we'll have to define. Whatever properties are which are defined for the previous accounts, we'll have to define all of these properties for the new accounts which we are creating here as well. Because in case if we leave any of the properties, then there is a high chance that the accounts won't be uploaded or won't be functioning the way we want them to function. So like here, it's given false under the valid for consolidation. So we'll put it there. The data storage property would be never share or store the way we want. We can give any of it. Since it's a child member, so I'm giving it a never share. We can also give store here. But in case it would have been a parent member and I would have wanted the data to be rolled up, so in that case, I would have given the property as dynamic calc or dynamic calc and store. Then the next option is the two pass. So if you want this account to be enabling two pass for its calculations, so we can give two pass here as well. But in this case, we don't want it. Then the formula. So all of it is none. So there's no formula for this account. It's not a dynamic calc account or anything. So we can easily give none. So the next option which is needed is the currency, which is the data type, sorry. And the data type is currency. We'll be inputting currency under these accounts. So that's fairly simple. Then hierarchy is dynamic. So we can give the hierarchy as dynamic. Then the next option is allow upper level entity input. This is the option which enables the C level entity input for the particular account. So we don't want that. Process management enabled. Process management is another feature of the application which is enabled for this account. So we enable for this as well. These are some IDs we can just simply copy and paste from the earlier IDs. It won't matter much. The old name we can give the same as the new name since these accounts didn't existed earlier. So we can just give the old name as the same as its new name. It won't matter much as well. Then the next option is the old unique account names, which was none. But make sure that all of this, which have been defined for the previous accounts, is defined for our account as well, accounts as well. So account type would be asset for all of them. So we simply give asset. Then time balance is flow. Then skip value, exchange, skip value. Skip value, we don't want to define any skip value. We don't want to skip. Exchange rate type is none. And that's a feature of the application. Then the account is a non-expense account, so we'll do non-expense. Consolidation would be the cube. Land type we'll give true. And aggregation would be addition, since all of these we want to be added up to the parent. Data storage was never share, so we just give never share. We have defined this earlier as well. And so these are all the properties we can easily copy and paste the remaining ones as well. From the earlier, we can take the attributes from the earlier accounts that are already created. So that would be it. Reposition and all, it's not needed for these accounts. So once we have created our CSV file, then we'll save it in our local system. We can give it any name that we want. Giving it bulk metadata load 3. We'll have to give a name which we can easily recall because we'll have to upload the file in our application. So we'll come back to the application. We'll close this metadata tab that we have opened, export tab, sorry. We'll go to actions and we will go to inbox and outbox explorer and upload our file to this explorer. So once we upload our file, which was bulk metadata load 3, it will get uploaded to the application in this explorer folder. Successfully completed. Then we'll close this. We'll go on import. Now we want to import this file from this inbox and outbox explorer. So we'll create a job. We'll click on create, and since we don't want to import it from the local system, we want to import it from inbox. We'll click on inbox, and under the account dimension, we'll give the exact name of the file, bulk metadata load 3 dot the extension bulk metadata load 3. I'll check the name bulk metadata load 3. So I'll give the exact import file name here. Uh, the file type was comma delimited because since it's a CSV type. Then I'll click on save as job, and I can give the job name as well, metadata loading. And an error file name can also be given. So in case any errors are there, it will create an error file by this name through a zip file, and we'll just save this job. The job has been saved. Now we'll go to jobs and we'll schedule a job. So I'll just close the tabs and go to jobs. We can see jobs here. So after going to jobs, we'll click on schedule jobs, and we need to import metadata. What type of job is this? It is an import metadata job. We can either run it now or we can schedule it as well over the time period which we want to run it. So I'll just click on run now for now. Go to next. Our job name was metadata loading. So I'll just select this job and click on next. Finish the job. See, we can easily see all the jobs that have been completed or shown any error or are processing. So we get to see all the jobs that are running in our application through jobs. Click on refresh once and see the job has been completed. So now we can, if we go to the dimensions, we'll be able to see all the accounts that we have included in our application through this bulk metadata loading. So I'll search for cash accounts. Click on search. And under the cash accounts, I'll be able to see these accounts 1, 2, 3, 4, and all alias C1, C2, and C3. So this is the way through which we can add metadata to our application through bulk metadata loading as well. Now we'll go on to the third method. The third method is uploading metadata through DM, that is data management. So this is another way of uploading the metadata. We'll see this metadata uploading through this method as well. We'll open the data management tab. Not sure why it's taking so much time today. So this is the DM tab. Under the DM tab, we'll go to setup. One more thing I want to show, my CSV file, which I'll be uploading through this DM. I have already created a CSV file. Sorry, that is a text file which I've created for metadata loading. And this is my text file. So we are going to upload some more accounts. The parent of the account would be cash and cash. The name of the account would be 11040556. And I'll just change this name to say 7. Save it again. Then the data storage type would be never share. Asset type would be asset. And sorry, account type would be asset. And the alias would be all of these names. So we'll go back to DM. We'll go to the source system. First, we'll have to define the source system. The source system would be file, which just I've just shown you. I'll just click on save. Then we'll go to the target application and define what is our target. Our target is Vision Console account. So we'll have to select the Vision Console account because we are uploading the metadata. So this Vision Console account can be created from this dimensions. We'll click on add and we'll click on dimensions. And the application name is Vision Console. So we'll click on OK. So once we click on OK, all these accounts and all will get loaded here. It was already created, so it was already showing here. We click on, once we have checked on this Vision Console account, we'll see what all the columns and all the data that metadata that we want. So and the properties. We want the account type, alias, and the data storage property, and we also want the parent of the various accounts that we are going to input. So it's fine. Then we click on save. We'll go to import format and create an import format for our file. I'll give the name IMF underscore metadata. Say I'll give metadata 3. So we are doing it for the third time. This is very important, the file type. So it would be delimited all data type in my case. Since the data type is all, a target we are going to define as Vision Console account, as we have already defined in our application in the DM. Delimiter would be comma. Good to go. We'll click on save. We'll have to remember all the names of the import format and all, because we then have to create the location and it would be needed there. But first of all, I'll have to give this mapping in the import format. So I'll check my file that I have created, click on that, and just give the column number and the name similar to that of our text file. So we'll just copy paste the account under my txt file is just a second. I'll open my txt file and see where my account is under which column number. So the account is under the second column. So we'll give the field number as 2 for account. Then for account type, we'll copy paste it. The account type is asset, so it is number 4. The alias is the last one, I guess. Alias is number 5. Data, I'll ignore. I won't give it any column number because there's no data. Then there's data storage, which is never share in our case. So that would be another third column as per our txt file. And the parent is cache and cache equivalents, which is in the first column. I'll give a number to data, whatever number I want, I can give it 5 as well. So then I'll click on save. Oh, sometimes this error it gives. So I'll just open it again. Once clicking on cancel. This was my file. The account, I'll just write it. Account was number 2. Just click on save and check whether it's taking it now. It's taking it now. So then it is account type. Sometimes it gives error and then we'll have to open it again like I did right now. Account type is asset, that is number 4. Then it's alias. we'll have to keep the format similar. Alias was last, I guess it was fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Then it is data. Can give it any number we want because there is no as such data in this. Then it is data storage. Data storage is third number. Then it is parent, which is number 1. And I'll save it. See, all the changes have been saved. Now we'll create the location for our import format. IMF3, which we have given. We'll give it a name LC metadata 3. Import format is IMF3. We'll just select it from here. Click on OK. File type and all are already there. So we'll click on save. Now we'll go to workflow and we'll give the data load mapping. How we want our data to load. So this would be mapping between the source and the target. So first we'll select our location. Click on reset and search our location, which is, I guess, this one. Yeah. Click on OK. The period under which we want it. So it's fine. I'll just select June 18. Now all the dimensions which we have given will come here and we'll have to give mapping. So I'll give like mapping in the case of account. So I'll just give asterisk here under both the cases and just give any rule name, say A1, and save it. Likewise, I'll give like mapping in all of the dimensions that we have selected. Account type was asset. So the source and the target value we give asset. We can also use asterisk there, but since it's asset in all the cases, I've just written it, the name asset. Alias. Also, we'll give like mapping. Asterisk and asterisk would be there. Rule name is yeah, rule name has to be given. I guess I forgot to give it. And the account type, I'll check it once. No, I've given it. Data would be left empty as there is no data. This is the case of metadata. Data storage. Under the like mapping, I'll give never share because this is the data storage property in all of the cases, and give a rule name as A4. Parent, I'll give like mapping simply and give it A5 and save it. So all the mappings are done. Now it's time to give our data load rule. Go to data load rule and add the rule. So we'll give the name as DLR underscore metadata 3. Category would be actual and all the same. Now we will upload our file. So we'll go to upload and choose our file and go to the folder where our text file is already saved. So my text file is here. I just see it comes here and it will just show it under this upload option. We'll click on OK and then we'll click on save. After saving the load rule, we'll click on execute and this will import it into the staging area and then we can export it to the target. We can do it separately as well, but I am just doing it from here only. And then click on run. There is some error here. Okay, no issues. We'll check the error, what error it's showing. We can download the output file, the error file from here. So the error comes a lot of times, so we have to identify what the error is there. Unable to obtain dimension information and perform data rule. The object account is locked by another user. Okay. So the account is locked by another user. I'll just go back to my application and refresh it once because I have loaded so much metadata and I haven't refreshed it. So I'll just click on refresh. Rule type job is running. Okay, someone is doing any job over the application. This happens when someone is already performing any job. So just wait for a couple of minutes. If you see the workbench, so the data has been validated, but it hasn't been exported to the application. So we have brought the data to the staging area, but the main issue is we haven't been able to do it till the application. It's not been exported to the application. So I'll just refresh the application again and try it again. Now it's running. Succeeded. Now we'll go back to the DM and click on export. From here only we can do exporting. Execution mode would be online. We'll click on OK. See, now we can see the golden fish. Golden fish means that the data has been exported to our application. For verifying this, we can also just go to our application and what were the account names? It was 10405. Okay, we'll check for it. It's already opened actually. Okay, we'll close the application or open the application and another tab and check it from there. Close the application. Go to dimensions. Click on cache. We've added in the cache. See, 04, 05, 6, and 7. These are all the accounts which we have uploaded through our DM, and all of them are showing here. So I wanted to show the importing of metadata through various types. And this is one of the type of that through data management tool. So that's it for today. In case of any queries, you can get back to us through our website. Thanks and have a great day ahead.